Hey all, welcome back to another episode of Car Topics Explained. Today, we are continuing the streak of Fast and Furious car videos by talking about Dominic Toretto's Dodge Charger. We're mostly going to be talking about its depiction in the first film rather than the franchise as a whole. Just thought I'd let you know. All of the information I am presenting in this video is from Crashing Cars, a book by Craig Lieberman, who was a technical advisor for the first two Fast and the Furious films, and had a great deal of first-hand experience and input on what went into the making of the films. If you guys love the info I'm presenting in these videos, you really should check out his website, fastandfuriousfacts.com, his Instagram, at CraigLieberman_42, and definitely his book, if you love these movies, cars, and just the stuff I'm talking about right now. The info is confirmed and thus very reliable, and let's be frank, he doesn't have to be putting in so much effort to share this information, but he knows there are people out there who are searching for this information, so he has gone out of his way to make a website, a book, and makes posts every day on social media with facts about the movies. So, I encourage you guys to follow him, check out his website, and get the book. So let's begin. The hero car was an actual 1970 Dodge Charger RT, but in reality, it was not a 900 horsepower drag car, but it did have things like a roll cage and meaty tires. For scenes where the engine was visible to the camera, a fully built drag racing engine was borrowed. Once the scenes with the engine shots were filmed, the engine was returned back to its original owner and builder. This probably means that whatever crazy sounds the engine was capable of making weren't heard in the final cut of the film. However, I imagine the sound team still used audio recordings of Chargers or very similar cars in the final product. However, after filming was complete, the car was eventually restored and had a 950 horsepower engine put into it by Cinema Vehicle Services, the original company who built the car. You might already know this, but the stunt cars were actually equipped with vacuum-formed plastic replicas of superchargers, which were glued onto mounting brackets. You can tell they were fake because the supercharger drive belts didn't spin. In the famous showdown between the Charger and the Supra, Dom does both a wheelie and a burnout at the same time. It looks cool, but this isn't something that happens in real life. When a rear-wheel drive car is launched, it either grips, and with enough power, the front wheels can be lifted off the ground. If it doesn't have enough traction, the rear tires will spin. So, let's keep in mind, it's one or the other. It is not possible to have good enough traction to the point where you can do a wheelie, while also not having good enough traction to the point where the tires spin. And so, essentially, the dramatized burnout was accomplished with air tanks and hydraulics. The crash with the semi at the end of the race was also made more dramatic by having the Charger get launched into the air on impact. Obviously, this wouldn't happen in real life. If you crash into a semi at over 100 miles an hour in a car from the 70s, the car is going to look like a crushed beer can as a result. To make it work, they used a ramp and camera angles to pull it off. And also, I hate to break it to you, but in reality, if a 9-second, 900 horsepower drag-prepped Dodge Charger raced a 550-ish horsepower Supra that is on 19-inch wheels and is 200 pounds heavier than stock due to the addition of sound systems and other electronics, I can confidently say that the Dodge Charger would win and there wouldn't be as much of a contest as the film might have led us to believe. And, with that, that's all the information I've got on the car for now. Obviously, if I was to talk about the car's portrayal throughout the entire franchise, this would be a much longer video. But I decided to stick with its depiction in the first film because I can confidently say the information I am presenting to you is confirmed, credible, and all that wonderful goodness. This video is actually also pretty different from previous ones I've done on movie cars, because instead of just listing off parts, I'm focusing more on how the car was portrayed. This is also because there aren't really any parts lists out there. But that said, I want to give one last shout out to Craig Lieberman for going out of his way to share this information and essentially making my content possible. Like I said, he doesn't have to do this for us, but he does it anyways, and he deserves the props and recognition. So be sure to check out his book. There will be an Amazon link in the description, and of course, follow his Instagram for his posts on everything to do with the movies and the cars, and last but not least, go to his website. I use it all the time, and it is just as reliable as the book, obviously. This video is part of a series I do called Car Topics Explained. The premise of it is to do informative content covering movie cars, importing vehicles into the US, famous race cars, the future of the automotive industry as we know it, and much more. Beyond that, I also do vlogs, gaming and streaming content, driving POV videos, I have a series documenting my own personal adventures with my cars, and I also do car reviews. P.S. If you want to see your car reviewed by me, there is a link in the description to a form that you can fill out to apply to have your car filmed and reviewed. But hey, if any of that interests you, then maybe have a peruse through my channel, and if you're extra cool, then maybe even subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when more videos come out. But regardless of what you do, I just want to say thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. I, Tom, the Racing Joker, am now signing out. Keep it crazy, everybody.